Good afternoon, my YouTube viewers. It's Palestine here. I'm here this afternoon because it's the day before my lumpectomy, and I'm really stressed out and anxious over it. I wasn't intending to make a video, but some things came to mind. Excuse me, and because some things came to mind, I decided that it would be a good idea to make a video. And then also my boyfriend has gone to wash his clothes and do some things in his flat, so I've got a little bit of time to myself to be able to do it. So the first thing that I'd like to say is last night I didn't sleep very well, and I'm going to have to be careful how I say this because I don't want to get kicked off YouTube, but you can come to your own conclusions by what I say. So last night when I was asleep, I had this very lengthy dream where some people were trying to cause me some harm. Okay, this is the ultimate harm. Okay, and then so in this dream, it's like I was in somebody's house and I was going with them and they were trying to harm me ultimately. And then some people were harming his family, so he had to leave. So then we had to go to some place like a nursing home or a hotel or something like that. And there were some people there, and I had to keep saying to them, like, please don't, asking them without speaking, like, please don't tell anybody you saw me, because if anybody knew that I was there, then obviously they would be up to no good. So that was the dream I had. And then I woke up and I was next to my boyfriend. And I said to him, I said, you know, I had this dream last night. I had this dream that people were trying to unalive me. And I said to him, I said, yeah, somebody is trying to unalive me. It's cancer. And my boyfriend said, well, cancer is not a person, it's a thing. So that meant my day didn't start off very well, having a bad dream about people trying to unalive me. And that's what cancer is doing to me. Cancer is intending to unalive me. That's the whole point of cancer. And I do have an aggressive form of cancer because they said that it's a grade 3. So that means it's going to be sooner rather than later. And in addition to that, I was watching a YouTube video about this doctor that was telling what would happen if you don't get your cancerous tumor treated. And he told this story about a woman where she had DCIS, which is ductal cancer in situ, which means that it hasn't left the duct, and she had an opportunity to get it treated then, but she didn't. And then a few years later, she had another mammogram, and it had spread. It had become invasive cancer, and it was about 2 centimeters in length or diameter. Yeah, I think so. And she didn't get it treated then. So a few years later, this tumor had grown to like maybe 5 centimeters or 5 inches, and it had gotten to the point where it was causing her problems, and she'd lost a lot of weight, which would be good if I'd lose some weight. And the woman had always prided herself on the fact that she had worked on a farm, she lived on a farm, and she had a very robust body. Well, obviously, she wasn't robust anymore because she'd had 2 opportunities to get her cancer treated, and both of those opportunities, she turned them down. So the third time, they decided that she wanted to get it treated because this time it was affecting her. But before they could get it treated, like to give her a mastectomy or something like that, she fell. And then when she fell, she broke her hip or something. And then when they x-rayed her hip, they found out that the cancer had spread to her bones. And it was all over her bones. She had lesions all over her bones. And so as a result of that, they decided that they couldn't treat her for the cancer anymore because it was now stage 4. So they decided that the only thing that they could do was give her palliative care. And so they gave her palliative care, and she died a few days later. But the thing is, it's like from the time that she had this ductal carcinoma in situ to the time that it had progressed to stage 4, it was like 7 or 8 years. So it took 7 or 8 years for it to progress to where it was terminal. So I don't know when exactly my cancer was ductal carcinoma in situ, because 3 years ago when I had a mammogram, they didn't detect anything. But 3 years later, when I had a mammogram 3 years later, I've got a tumor that's definitely 2 centimeters, but when they remove the tumor, they'll know more about what it is. And so we don't know when the cancer started, but we do know that between 3 years ago and now, I've got a very aggressive type of cancer that's already 2 centimeters. So that basically, that was telling me what would happen if I didn't get the treatment. And so basically, and then again, it caused me to think about the past. And this happened when I was working at Foster Wheeler, and I was going out with this Iranian guy. And I really liked the Iranian guy a lot. He was mentally ill, seriously mentally ill, probably autistic. And I really wanted to have a future with him, but of course that didn't happen. And so, but one day, he didn't want to spend very much time with me because of all his mental problems. And I was walking down Friar Street in the town that I live in, and there was this Indian shop that had housewares in it, and they were advertising that they would give you a reading for like £5 or £10 or something like that. And so I decided I wanted a reading. But the guy, he asked me for my birthday, and I gave him my birthday. And he did some numerology, and he said, this isn't good, this isn't good. He said, this isn't good, this isn't good. I don't know if he was just saying that, if it really wasn't good, or if he was just saying that to try to get me to part with more money. I'm not sure exactly. But he went and got another person to come give me a reading, because he just said that he couldn't give me the reading, that it wasn't good. He ran up my birthday, and he said that based upon my birthday with Indian numerology, it wasn't good. And so this guy told me that there was something inside of me, deep inside of me, that had been with me a really long time, and it was just waiting for an opportunity to unalive me. And then he said, let me pray for you. And he had these Indian goddess that he wanted to pray to. But obviously, he wanted to be paid to pray for me. He wasn't going to do it for free. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know if he was just saying that to try to get me to give him a lot of money so he could pray for me, or if it was true. Honestly, I don't know. But I do recall what he said. He said it was something deep inside of me that had been in me a long time that was waiting to unalive me. And he didn't actually use that word, unalive. He used another word. And basically, this cancer I have is right here, but it's deep inside. So that way I can't feel it. So I didn't have any symptoms. I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel anything that was wrong. But if I start digging around in there and pressing it there, it does hurt. But I still can't feel a lump. So it is deep inside of me. So I don't know if this guy giving me that reading, I don't know if he was just saying that to try to get me to give him some money to pray for him, or if it really was true. But it did come true. There is something deep inside of me that is just waiting to unalive me. And I was speaking to my boyfriend, and I just told him, I said, I always thought I would get dementia or Parkinson's or a heart attack or a stroke or bad joints. I said, I never thought I would get cancer. Cancer never occurred to me and never crossed my imagination. In fact, I have some more tests that I have to perform when I'm feeling up to it about cancer as well, because they've got some tests that they sent me to do at home, which I haven't done. And so I never imagined that I would die from cancer. I thought it would be dementia or Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or a heart attack or a stroke, and I thought that I would have really bad joints and stuff. So the way that I imagined that were going to be my end days is not the end days that it looks like it's going to happen. And I was speaking to my boyfriend about it this morning, and I don't want to tell too many personal things, because once I finish my treatment, I'm going to go back to making videos about my past, because the videos that I make about my past are what caused this disease that I have, in my opinion. And there's a lot that I can say about that, but I want to wait until I get finished with the cancer treatment, or maybe whenever I finish the cancer treatment, maybe I might tell about some more about it. But the thing is I wanted to do all of these instances as close to chronological order as I possibly can, so my viewers who are watching my video will be able to watch one video, know what happened, watch another video, know what happened. But I might tell some more things about my opinions about why I got cancer. And it's not from not watching my weight. That's not the reason. It's from trauma and stress. And I want to talk about these traumatic and stressful experiences that I've had that caused me to get cancer. But I said to my boyfriend this morning, I said to him, I said, I feel like such a loser. I said, I feel like I've never accomplished anything in my life. I've never accomplished anything of any magnitude in my life. And I don't have that, because when you watch these YouTube videos about these cancer survivors, well, when they are optimistic and they have come from relatively decent families, and so they can talk optimistically and say, oh, well, I've got children and I want to see my children grow up. I want to see my children graduate high school. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to see my children get married. Well, I don't have that, and there's reasons for that. And whenever I make my videos, you will find out the reasons for that as well. And I've not excelled career-wise. The highest that I went in my career was I was a technical sergeant in the United States Air Force, and I was working at Foster Wheeler, and I thought I was going to retire at Foster Wheeler, but of course I didn't. They ran me out of the company. So I'm not a success. I haven't been a success at anything. And so I just don't feel like I've accomplished anything of any significance in my life, which makes me sad that I'm coming to the end and not having done anything of any significance that was going to change the world for the better. And I will be talking about my personal experiences at some point, but not today. So that's what happened today. And so tomorrow I have my operation. I will try to make some more videos as I go to my appointments. I may have to sit in the ladies' room and make a video in the ladies' room when I have that blue dye inserted. But I just wanted to talk about some of my feelings the day before I'm going to have this operation, where I have a very aggressive form of cancer. And that's another reason why I think it was particularly nasty for my sister to make a YouTube video and say that I got cancer because I wasn't watching my weight. Because that's not true. I do watch my weight, but I'm diabetic and I'm forced to take psychiatric medication. And there's lots of reasons other than just not watching my weight. And it was a particularly nasty thing for her to say, considering the fact I have a very aggressive form of cancer. And if that's what she thinks, then maybe she should just keep her opinions to herself and not make YouTube videos about it. So this concludes my video. Thank you very much for watching my video that I've made the day before my lumpectomy. And if you like my video, please like and subscribe. I notice I've lost one subscriber. I guess this one subscriber doesn't want to hear about my cancer battle. But thank you so much to the subscribers that I have left. And I will be communicating with you tomorrow to hopefully talk to you about my procedure.